Janet, so nice to see you. How have you been? How's your congregation?
Thanks so much for asking, Rob. I am doing very well, and my congregation is also thriving. But of course, there are always more opportunities to serve our members and their families. How about you?
We're also doing fine, but I admit I felt challenged by the seminar we both attended on becoming salty.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned this. I've been wanting to ask what you think.
Well, I admit that it felt a little critical. We work so hard to serve the Lord and do the work of the ministry. It feels like they were saying we're not doing enough.
I can understand that perspective. All of our pastors and staff work tirelessly. I'm not sure how we can do more.
I feel the same, but after thinking about this strategy holistically, I feel I missed the point. Being salty is not about working harder. It's about operating differently. I'm open to anything that shares the workload more evenly.
That's a good point. I really like this idea of activating the 98%. Currently, we have the workers, and I guess you could think of them as recipients or even customers. That doesn't sound healthy.
I like the idea of having a strategic plan beyond growing membership and finances.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense to me too. But I also like the idea that we can't improve everything at once. How did you fare on your baseline scores?
It was sobering because I thought we were doing so well. Obviously, we haven't always been focusing on the right things. The equipping/discipleship objective hit hardest with me. Very few of our members are confident enough to disciple new converts. We've always depended on our pastoral staff to do this. Seemed best to leave it up to the professionals, but that doesn't make sense anymore. Now that we think about it, every mature believer should be able to disciple new believers, not just the vocational ministers.
I was a little embarrassed to acknowledge that we had little representation of the fivefold ministry outside of the pastoral role. We don't even know an apostle or prophet. We have an evangelist visit on occasion, but it's not enough.
We were saddened when we realized that less than 20% of our members were active in life/home groups. I guess we shouldn't be surprised because we don't really promote them other than a bulletin board posting or occasional announcement.
What were your positive scores, Rob?
I'm very proud of our support for international missions. We were in the top quartile compared to other churches. I want to continue to maintain this as a strength. How about you?
We scored very well in partnering with local government leaders. Many of our members have a passion for caring for the needy, especially single mothers. We are making plans to work with county officials to staff daycare centers. We have worked hard to earn the trust of local leadership.
That's fantastic. I know we have individuals in our church who have a similar passion.
Well, let's partner together. It's a very good cause.
For my 3-month priorities, it is critical that we establish solid discipleship practices where our staff are in supporting roles and our mature believers do the discipling. I also want home group participation to increase from 20% to 40%. I know people want relationship. We just need to be better communicators. Each Sunday, I'll have a home group leader come to the pulpit during announcements and describe their group's purpose.
That sounds fantastic, Rob. I want to address this void in the fivefold ministry. I believe we have members in our congregation who have this calling and have no outlet to cultivate and develop their gifting. We need evangelists, prophets, apostles, and teachers to complement our strength in the pastoral functions.
Janet, I'm thrilled for both of us. Let's reconnect after the session on becoming cohesive parts. I'm very excited about what's next.